Yes. All right, people. Back again. Thank God it's Friday, people. Yes, this is how we do it. This is how we roll on Friday Sport Preview. It's the show. I'm ready, people. I tell you, it is what it is. You're done in the building. Live and direct from our studio. We want to talk about football tonight. All right. Welcoming everybody onto this show. With these feelings, it's Game 6 preview show. The quick debate follows. The Champions League. Don't tell me I'm going to talk about Manchester United. I'm not going to talk about Chelsea on this show because they are not in Champions League. Arsenal in Champions League. Cruising tonight is going to be loud. All right, drop it. With that being said, it's going down on our channel, on our station, about the ISTV Football Jogging Challenge. Go on, check on our Instagram. You're going to see what's going on about it. It's all about this game. Juggle the ball. 1 minute video. Yeah. Just 1 minute video. Count it. Count how many times you can juggle the ball. That's all city. You stand a chance of winning $200,000. Oh, sorry. 200,000 naira. You know what I mean? Margaret, I'm going to bring you in right away. Margaret, what's going on? You hear me when I said $200 million? Did you hear that?
The Don.
Yay.
I'm hitting the gym already. I'm hitting the gym.
That player they play.
I know I'll play. It's going to be awesome. Serious, it's going to be awesome. I know there are so many fantastic talents out there who can do so many wonderful things with ball. And honestly, I can't wait to see them showcase their talent. Honestly, good evening, Don. Thank God it's Friday.
It's Friday. Let's do this. Welcome to the show right now.
Thank you.
Welcome every other person. I have Kunle standing Gidigba all the way from Oshodi, that city, that beautiful city, Oshodi. Tell me, Kunle, what's going on in Oshodi right now?
Yeah, good evening to Don. Good evening to Margaret and to everyone tuning in today. It's chilling in Oshodi. It's rained for much of the day, so the weather is a bit cool, and I think that's good. That's good for a Friday night going into a weekend where we know that there's going to be a lot of football. I think the weather is definitely right, and it puts one in the perfect mood for all that is coming up this weekend.
I'm telling you, right here in Maryland, United States, I gotta tell you, tomorrow is gonna be a lot of rain, a thunderstorm with wind, everything. So all of us are getting prepared for it. Tomorrow is gonna go down. It's gonna rain all day, massive rain coming up this weekend. So everybody stay home. That's it. So let me welcome this person as well onto the show. Let me tell you, viewers, it's all about sport tonight. Welcoming Lady VAR. They played in Europa. Liverpool play in Europa. Welcome to the show, Lady VAR.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, the Don. Yes, so Europa league winners and title EPL winners. Yes, it's good to be here.
All right. I tell you, Liverpool playing in the Europa League. It is what it is. We've been there before as a Manchester United. Abikunle, we've been there before.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't even want to envisage Manchester United ever going back into that competition.
I just don't want to.
Fine. It's better not to even qualify for it and go there.
At all.
So what are you trying to say?
That the Europa League is for you. Fight. It's for you to fight and collect. Don't worry. Yeah.
All right. Who do we have in the studio again? Dubia Prince, can you talk to me loud and clear? Are you there?
Yeah. Good evening, the Don. Good evening, my
Arsenal are flying.
Yes.
Oh my, they jealous.
We were flying.
jealous.
Yeah. And on the night we actually had debutants, two debutants scoring goals. I'm talking about Bukayo Saka and Leandro Trossard. Even Odegaard, that would be the very first time Odegaard will be playing Champions League football in front of fans. When he played for Real Madrid, it was during COVID era, so it was stadium was on lockdown. So so obviously, and all of them got goals. So, and for the very first time in a long while, Arsenal kept a clean sheet. And not only that, that would be the first loss for PSG Eindhoven in I think 30 games, and the very first game in a while that they won't be scoring. So it was a perfect night for Arsenal. Scored 4 goals.
All right. I call Arsenal Onigberaga FC. I don't care. Yeah. All right, who do we have in studio? I have Robbie with me. Kick it in live. I'm sure it's on Ilefe. It should be in Ibadan. Talk to me. You're welcome to the show, Robbie. What's going on?
Good evening. Good evening to you, Don. Good evening to the guys in the house. It's good to be on the show once again. And I'm just laughing at this little argument you guys were having. You're saying that Liverpool is playing the Europa League, and Kunle says he does not want Man United to ever go and play there. Well, with the kind of form that United have right now, it seems Europa League will be their lot, or more or less Europa League will be their birthright in the next coming years. So if you guys
yes.
I hate Europa. I know.
Let me finish now. So is it better for you guys to finish in the relegation zone?
We can finish 9th, we can finish 10th.
Or 9th.
Robbie, no mind now. May they deceive himself. No.
Leave her,
All right, let's move on to the show. We have so many things to discuss. I'm telling you, this Friday, it's all about quick debate. The quick debate tonight, I'm telling you, the quick debate, right there. Pep Guardiola best 11, yes or no? Do you agree with that? I have in goal, Neuer, the goalkeeper of Bayern, former goalkeeper of Bayern. I have Piqué, Gerard Piqué and company, Alaba, and also Dani Alves. That's the back four. In the midfield, I have Biscuit. I call him General Biscuit. I love the guy. Also, moving forward, I have Kevin De Bruyne, Xavi, Messi. The front three, massive front three. Messi, Lewandowski, and also Iniesta. For me, is that the best 11 for Pep Guardiola? For me, has he done? I don't think so. I disagree a little tweak. But these players, they are superstars in their prime. And I'm telling you, even Lewandowski is still doing it at that age. So I'm going to start off with you, Kunle. Is this the best 11 for Pep Guardiola? Talk to me, Kunle.
Well, I would want to say yes. Well, because looking at it, it's dominated by Barcelona players, and this was where he had most of his success. And we should also note that there were some of these players became more, even though he met some of them like Xavi and Iniesta, he made it was under Guardiola that those guys became global. Like they became global superstars. I mean, before he came, Xavi was not someone who was really making headlines, or Iniesta, but he was able to do it effortlessly. So I think it's a perfect. I have no questions about it. It's perfect.
All right, it's perfect for you. But I just still want to ask you something about that. But I'll come back to that, because if you look at the lineup, I want to question Iniesta playing 11. That's just it. And Xavi's position is more or less like where Busquets plays or something. But we'll get back to that anyway. I'm going to ask Margaret, talk to me about this. A quick debate. Pep Guardiola best 11 for you. Is it yes? Is it no? Talk to me, Margaret. Can you hear me loud and clear, Margaret?
Yes, I can hear you. Right. Well, I think I would want to agree with what Kunle said. But I accept. I just pick in few. I'll remove company and put Puyol there because the partnership of PK and
Wow, that's
Puyol
good.
has been very
That's another
great.
thing.
So
Wow. Wow.
those two were unbreakable at the back there. They were very solid. And then considering the fact that Davi, the goalkeeper of Barcelona there was not too strong. He's not someone you can actually
What's
rely
his
on.
name?
But they had,
How
I'm
do I
trying
remember
to,
it?
he came to Manchester
He
United.
came
He
into
played for some
Manchester.
few. Oh my God, why the name just skipped my
Only
mind?
Victor
So
remember
Valde.
yeah,
Valdez.
Victor Valdez, yeah. So those two were like a solid rock at the back there, Puyol and PK. And for the front, I would actually fine. No doubt Lewandowski very good. Okay, Lewandowski is there.
Yeah.
There is someone I need to remove to bring in Ribery. Ribery also at Bayern. I know during the time of Pep Guardiola, he was perfect. It was great. It was fantastic. And still, though under him, he still performed. Even before Pep went to Bayern,
Yeah.
he was hot. Or even still, even when he went there, also under Pep, I think it was it was okay. So, but
Yeah.
no doubt, but I think apart from the Puyol, I
Yeah.
think the remaining they are okay, perfect, great
All
lineups.
right. All right. That's that for Margaret. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. I'm gonna call on Lady Va. Lady Va, talk to me about this quick debate. It's all about Pep Guardiola tonight. The best 11, is it best 11 for you? Yes or no? Or is there any player you want to tweak in or you want to tweak out? Talk to me, Lady Va. Can you hear me, Lady Va? Where you at?
Can you hear me?
Goodness. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't really agree less. I think I'll go with a yes, just like Conley. With Pep Guardiola, he has managed so many talents, and all these 11 guys are actually so good in their prime. Those of them that are still playing now, they're still very very good. So for me, I don't really have an issue with 11. So I will go with it. Yeah, it's a yes for me.
All right, yes for Lady Vardell. Yes for Lady Va. She also loved every of the player. She has no regrets in saying that. I'm moving over to Robbie. Robbie, can you hear me loud and clear? Do you agree with this debate?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. I don't agree with the lineup. Please, can you project it a little bit
I'm going to
for
do
me?
that for you right away.
Yes, I would replace the goalkeeper. I'll replace Victor Valdez with either Ter Stegen or I will replace him with Ederson. For the partnership of our company and PK, I'll replace that with just like what Margaret said. I'll replace our company with Puyol. Puyol and PK were exceptional during their time. Then for in attack, I'm actually going to take away Lewandowski because during his time, during Pep's time at Bayern Munich, Lewandowski was not at the club. So I would replace Lewandowski and I'll put in Erling Haaland. That is just my own team for Pep Guardiola.
Erling Haaland. No.
Yes, Ke.
All right. That's Robbie there. He says he's going to pick Erling Haaland instead of Lewandowski. Let me ask Nubia Praise. Nubia Praise, can you hear me loud and clear? Where you are? All right. Do you agree with this quick debate that says Pep Guardiola's best 11? Yes or no?
Yeah. Can you project the lineup?
I'm doing that right away.
I can say it. In goal, I'm going to pick Ederson. Are you there?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Ederson because I feel that, yes, you can call Manuel Neuer the sweeper, but I think Ederson actually, suits the Guardiola style better, with his ping pong crosses and, long balls and everything. Neuer is good as a super, a better shot stopper, but I don't think he's that very good with the ball at his feet. So I'm going to pick Ederson for that. Then central defense, I'm going to do a company Puyol. For me, PK isn't so much of a top-notch, center back. So I'm going to company Puyol. I think That'll be pretty solid. Right back, Dani Alves, definitely. Who is on the left back, if I may ask?
Alaba.
Yeah,
Alabama.
David Alaba, left back. Yes. And considering the fact that he's also, very, very versatile. He can switch to midfield. You can go a back three with David Alaba because he can play left back and definitely centre back too. Now, defensive midfield, who's there?
Busquets.
Yeah. Funny enough, I think I will pick a Yaya Toure.
Wow.
Yeah, you might have. Pep never really liked him, but I think I'll pick a Yaya Toure. I'll pick a Yaya. The fact that he can actually move the ball, he's a powerhouse. He can play DM, he can play box to box, and he can score some very nice goals. It's difficult to shrug off the ball, unlike Busquets. So I'm gonna pick Yaya Toure. Then, of course, I'll pick Yaya Toure playing alongside Xavi Hernandez. Then Iniesta to form that diamond. Then
okay.
Then on the wings, on the right side, I'm definitely gonna pick Lionel Messi on the right side. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Who do we have on the left, please?
Iniesta.
No. I've drafted Iniesta to
the midfield. So Kevin De Bruyne. So Kevin De Bruyne is. So why are you going to put it?
I'm moving Iniesta to the left, and I'm drafting Kevin De Bruyne to form that diamond.
So what about Xavi?
No, Xavi. It will now be this guy. It will be Yaya Toure, Xavi, Yaya Toure, Xavi, De Bruyne, diamond. You get.
Okay. So Busquets will go out.
Messi on the right.
So who's your top 9?
My top 9 is definitely going to be Haaland. Point of correction: Lewandowski actually played under this guy, under Pep at Bayern. He actually
Bayern. Yeah. That's why we put Bayern there.
Yeah.
So it's allowed.
But I think Haaland is a better finisher than Lewandowski.
All right.
Yes.
All right, that's cool. Let's move it on. I'm going to call on you said Alan. I just keep saying can Alan? Okay, well, I will come back to that. Let me ask Eiz, talk to me. You're welcome to the show. We have the quick debate before we're moving on. It says Pep Guardiola best 11, yes or no? What's your take on this?
For me, it's good to be on the show though, but for me, I cannot argue with Guardiola. He is the bane innuendo of managers of recent times. So if he says this is his best 11, who am I? I'd rather just go with him, JJ. But I know he's trying to be cheeky,
yeah.
Because one player is missing there, and I know deep down in his heart he likes the player. But based on the reason him picking this, because of the teams he has managed, so hence why we have this. But if we're to look at outside the club if he was given the opportunity to say outside the club that he has managed, I know possibly he might probably chicken Cristiano Ronaldo in here, but this is Pep Guardiola's choice, so I will go with him.
Wow.
This 11, I don't have any qualms with it.
No qualms. Moving on, please. If you are watching this anywhere you're watching from, please drop your comment. Do you agree with this? Pep Guardiola best 11, yes or no? Moving on to that, we play Champions League. Was played over the week. The Champions League, Arsenal were there. Manchester United made it. Who else? Can you remind me? Manchester played.
Manchester City played.
Manchester City.
Oh, Manchester City.
Newcastle City played. Newcastle.
And also Liverpool. I think Liverpool played. No.
Newcastle.
You haven't played in Europa.
John, why are you trying to give Liverpool fans hope now?
I like to do some things.
From a Man United fan, it's okay.
That same Liverpool won, no, and Man U did not win, no. So let us take that in proper perspective.
We are coming.
Sorry, I think we're talking about Champions League. The Man U didn't play in Europa. Sorry.
You don't play, so. All right. This weekend, this game 6. We have game 6 fixtures. On Saturday, the first game. How many? 3 games to be It's going to be starting simultaneously. We have Crystal Palace welcoming Fulham, Luton also welcoming Wolves. Nottingham Forest will be traveling all the way far distance to Man City to collect Kane. And also Everton will also go and chop Kane with Brentford. I think the form of Everton has been so bad, terrible this season. Also, Burnley will be welcoming the great, can I say the great team, the best team in Europe? I mean, sorry, in APL. Make how they play, is. They play. All right, that's Manchester United. We're playing tomorrow. Late game. We are looking for that 3 points. We are coming to that. Also, another derby on Sunday, the London derby, Arsenal versus Spurs. That's going to be a loud game as well too. Brighton also will be welcoming Bournemouth. Chelsea, wake up. They'll be playing Aston Villa. Liverpool will also be welcoming West Ham. Another tricky game for Liverpool. I hope they lost. I hope the game will commence. And also Sheffield United will be welcoming Newcastle. Let's start from this game. Crystal Palace, Fulham. That's another game. Kule, can you talk to me about Crystal Palace versus Fulham? What's your take? What's your preview on that, Kule?
It's a London derby, and I think that means it's going to be a very tough one. But looking at it, Crystal Palace seem to have been in better form than Fulham. Fulham have not really been themselves. They've conceded quite a number of goals. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace have seemed to continued from where they left off last season under Roy Hodgson. They have Hudson Edward, who has, I don't know, I'm trying to remember how many goals he has scored now. So, but Crystal Palace have the home advantage, and they usually seem to be very strong at home. So, I feel, in as much as it is a derby, I think it's one point.
Only where you there? I think you're on the road. All right, hold on.
No,
I can't hear you. Kule, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. It's not from my end.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying. Yeah, so I was saying that. It's a derby, but Crystal Palace have just been the better team this season. So I feel they will edge this one out, but maybe narrowly. So I would say Crystal Palace. I'll give Crystal Palace a win for this.
All right. Kunle, please don't go yet. Let's talk about Luton versus Wolves. Looking at Luton, they are the top. They are at the bottom of the table.
They are at home. So look, they need to win. This is a game Luton Town. Even if they don't win, they need to get a point. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if they do, it's going to be 6 games in and not 1 point on board. I feel it's just going to make their season much more difficult. But if they want to have any hopes of survival, I know it's still early season, but they just need to get something against Wolves. That's just it. They just need to get something against Wolves.
All right, moving on to Man City versus Nottingham Forest and also Brentford Everton. Nubia Prince, could you please talk about the preview for the Man City versus Nottingham Forest? Do you think it's going to be an easy win for Man City? What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, on paper it should be, because City have been simply blowing everybody away this season. West Ham gave them a fight, but a little bit of fight. This team from the championship, so I think was it Sheffield that scored. Yeah, and then of course Rodri scored the winner. I think Nottingham Forest, of all the teams that narrowly escaped last season, Nottingham Forest seems to be a decent side.
Yeah.
They beat Chelsea, and beyond beating Chelsea, we know Taiwo Awoniyi is pretty physical. I think it's going to be the likes of Vardiol, Ruben Diaz a run for their money, and I think it could actually pose a bit of problem for them defensively. But again, the firing power of Manchester City, it simply will be too much for them to handle, because we are talking about Haaland and Havertz playing together. He's simply doubling up on the defense.
I'm telling you. Wow.
And that's problem. Even if you can stop, if you try to cut supply off to Alan, Alvarez is a guy that can come up with the goods, and we also know that he tries to do a bit of midfield overload with Rodri joining the midfield and popping up with some screamers from a distance. So I think it's going to be pretty difficult to stop them. I don't see Nottingham Forest having the kind of fairy tale starts to a game like they did with their wretched neighbors. I'm talking about Manchester United now. Storming to a two goal lead. I don't see.
Kunle, you hear this guy? They call us wretched.
You guys.
I even want to actually say, no, don't worry. See, I leave me. Once United it's just United just needs one game for everything to stick, and once they are on a roll,
don't worry,
it's going to
one game. Come on
but,
next year April.
Let's watch now. But I just want to say something though about City. I don't know, but I have a feeling that City are going to be I feel a team is going to beat City very soon because I don't know, but this season seems to be different. Yes, they've not lost any game, but City have normally not been themselves. Like they start look at in the Champions League against them, Red Star Belgrade. Red Star Belgrade first scored, and I'm like, why? What is exactly happening? Like City would normally dominate from start to finish. So I feel if this trend continues, I feel it's going to get to a point where there is actually a team that is going to take a point or beat them, where they will not actually. Yes, I know Pep Guardiola has a lot at his disposal. Yes, and it's been working, but all these things cannot happen. They can't win every single game, right? Absolutely. So I feel if it continues, and you can't
even last season that they did the treble, they lost 5 games in the EPL. So
exactly. So I feel and Forest is a team you shouldn't underestimate because I'm not saying Forest will have possession and all, but those moments where they do have the ball, they can make something happen. You know what the likes of Taiwo Awoniyi can do when he's with the ball. We've seen flashes of what Elanga can do.
This game is a 3-point for City.
It's a 3 points. I'm telling you.
I'm just see. You know what? Wait. This thing is funny.
Don't mind Kule. Kule is always coming up with all this kind of conspiracy theory. Theory is for Juloria. But Kule.
Guys, this is the beauty of football. Today, this afternoon, I was discussing it with someone and was like the odds for City to beat Forest to win were very high, and I was like, the beauty of football is that out of the blues from nowhere. Monroe, honestly.
Well, even if Nottingham Forest going to make the game difficult,
Timbati cash out. Don't come and meet me. I won't share. With them.
I feel Man City has got the firepower. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me. Even if Nottingham Forest wants to make the game difficult for Man City, which probably they could, but I feel Man City have the firepower enough to counteract or counter whatever. Because definitely what we know, they will form those low blocks and want to hit Man City on a counter. And I know Guardiola is a smart manager. He would have prepared for all that. And they just have too much firepower for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, see, they've always had ace. They've always had that firepower, and you rightly said, despite everything, they still lost. So you never can.
Exactly. Don't get me twisted. I'm not saying Nottingham Forest cannot pull a result. They can. This is football. Anything can happen. If you cross that white line, if you're not ready, the opponent will beat you. And if Man City don't come prepared tomorrow, is it tomorrow or next? Yeah, tomorrow. If they don't come prepared tomorrow, who knows? Nottingham Forest can nick one. But Man City have the firepower to deal with whatever Nottingham Forest is bringing.
All right, let's move on to Brentford, Everton. Nubian Prince, are you still there? Brentford. Everton, the result has been so bad this time around, and they're all good. And again, they are going to Brentford. Let me show you the league table. You can see Everton is sitting pretty well in 18th position. While Brentford, they are above Chelsea. They're also above Man U. Wow. All right. Nubia Prince, can you talk about this game? Brentford, Everton.
Yeah. I mean,
is there any chance for Everton?
I don't think so. Brentford must be licking their lips, seeing that they I think they defeated they won their last game. Yes, they won their last game, very late goal. So they must be open to. I mean,
they lost their last game against Newcastle 1-0. They lost against Newcastle 1-0.
Yeah.
I almost mixed it up. Yeah, they lost to Newcastle. So they'll be looking to bounce back. And which other better team can they bounce back against, if not for Everton? If you don't butcher the leg of a madman, no sane man will put his leg down for you to butcher. So it's understandable. So I don't see Everton surviving this. I think these guys are going to beat them. It's a straightforward 3 for me. I think if I'm going to, I would say Brentford are going to score 1 to 3 goals. Even Everton might not even have a shot on target. It's that bad. That's it.
All right, moving on to this game. Beautiful game on the late night on Saturday. Under the floodlight there, it's going to be Manchester United going all the way to visit company's team, that's Burnley. And Margaret, it's been a sad story for Manchester United, defeat upon defeat. It's going to be very sad going into this game. In fact, I can't even do my preview. I was, when somebody's shy to do a preview, that kind of a thing. It used to be the first person to go and watch it. That waiting I want to talk.
even Vincent Company, he still have the mouth to say we are one loss away from damage or from disaster. So you can imagine that's football. Anyone can say, even a manager that be losing from lose 10 straight games. We want to talk about the other teams that are actually in calamity, that are having issue. So
all right,
same thing.
Margaret, talk to me about this game, going into this Burnley game. So many leagues in Manchester United. We are dreadful right now. We are nowhere to be found right this moment. But do you think we can grind it, or is it very important game for Erik ten Hag? Talk to me, Margaret.
Yeah, it's a very important game. This particular game is a game that we want to see how the future will actually look like for Manchester United. If they win, let's see what will happen going forward. And like we know, Sancho, the manager, has said he is not going to play at all. So that is -1 for now. And hopefully we'll get to see Rashford's doing his thing, like what he did the last time, scoring goal. At least we'll get to see him score goal again. And then hopefully from the little performance against Bayern Munich, although United lost, but I just hope that they'll put in more effort against Burnley and get the all-important 3 points.
3 points. All right, let me switch you. Kunle, talk to me about this game. Which lineup are you looking at in this game? Burnley versus Manchester United. Some players are getting back. We heard a story about where that guy is going to be fit to play. That's Amrabat, which is very, very important to Manchester United. So, Kunle, going into this game, how can I put it? What kind of which player do you want to see in this Manchester United, making it your best 11 going to this game? Starting from the goal. Onana.
Obviously, Onana, then I think it's going to be practically the same team we've seen, because, let's not forget that a lot of players are injured. So it will be Onana in goal, most likely Diego Dallo at right back, then Lindelof and Martinez center backs with Reguilon. And I think in midfield, it is still going to remain Christian Eriksen and Casemiro, because those are the only, except we want to bring in Hannibal Medri. Except we want to bring in Hannibal, but or Daniel Gore. Those are the alternate options if we won't start. If we won't start a Christian or a Scott McTominay. You bring in a Scott McTominay in place of Christian Eriksen or Casemiro, so we don't have. So it's going to be Eriksen, except we don't know though if Amrabat is fit. Even if Amrabat is fit, I'm not sure Ten Hag will want to be giving him a start. Why? Because there is the Carabao Cup coming up in midweek, and Manchester United will be playing. So I think maybe if Amrabat will be involved, there's also the possibility Mason Mount is back. So I think they will start on bench rather than have in the starting exercise. So I expect to see Eriksen and Casemiro again. Yes, then I think we would also see what we saw against Bayern, which is Facundo Pellistri on the right, um, with Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford up for on the left, and Rasmus Højlund. And I think the lineup we saw against Bayern is what we're going to see again against Burnley. And I think what they need to do is they really need to ensure that they don't leak goals, because Burnley are capable of scoring goals. We've seen it in them, and Burnley are very good too. Burnley know how to pass the ball very well. You could see it that this is a different side from the side under Sean Dyche, and you can tell that Company is drilling these boys. So you can't afford to make mistakes against this kind of Burnley, because they will use that one to punish you with the possession they have. And also United need to be on top of their game, and they are going to Burnley again. They are not playing at Old Trafford. So yeah.
See, there was something I observed in the past two games that Manchester United they start well on the front foot, and once the opponent scores, it's like game over.
In fact,
it looks like as if these guys, they don't want to play for the manager. From an outside point of view, I've always backed Manchester United here. Despite you guys going, there are two things I just want to address.
I'm with you.
From the outside perspective, it looks as if they don't believe in the manager. There's no belief. And it looks as if they are not playing for him. Secondly, do you think at this point in time, Ten Hag should still stick to what he feels could win, or she should stick to his guts, stick to tactics that he believes in, or better still, like they say, go to town, go to streets, whatever you need to pick the 3 points against Burnley? If it's to play a 5 at the back, if it's to play low blocks and hit them on the counter and win, because definitely Burnley would want to come out and attack. They're at home. Burnley wouldn't form the low blocks against Manchester United, because at this moment, another defeat would be disastrous. Do you think Ten Hag should go to town or go to street to pick that 3 points tomorrow against Burnley at Turf Moor?
Kunle, please, can I just quickly chip in something?
Quickly.
Go ahead. He might be right somehow, because I saw a report somewhere about Manchester United. There are some players who are actually not happy about the treatment of David De Gea. So that might actually contribute to it. There might be some kind of truth there, that these players, they don't want to play for Erik ten Hag. So I don't know if United don't win against Burnley, then there might actually be that this set of players don't want to play for him.
My own question is this: if they don't want to play for Ten Hag, then who do they want to play for exactly? Because I remember the same thing. They didn't want to play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer again. They didn't want to play for Ralf Rangnick. They didn't want to play for Jose Mourinho. Who then do they want?
Who are these players doing this?
You don't understand, because I don't get, because
players' power.
No, wait, Margaret, you said some people are upset that De Gea left.
I saw a report somewhere about that. There's some players.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Gundogan, wait, didn't Gundogan leave Manchester City? I am sure some Manchester City players were probably not happy, because Gundogan was a leader in the team. But he left and they've moved on. Simple. I mean, I don't think if today Kevin De Bruyne leaves,
it was the manner at which Manchester United,
life is going to continue in Manchester City. So I don't always seem to understand this, and I think this is what Ten Hag.
For me, it was the manner at which De Gea was treated. It was the manner at which De Gea was treated. He served the club for how many years? And I give a simple example. Scott Carson, Manchester City.
Yeah.
How many games does he keep? How many games does he play? He's a third choice. But whenever Manchester United win the league, you see him, he will get the winner's medal. Guardiola knows how to wrap his arm around him. And I felt that was what Ten Hag should have done to De Gea. Granted, De Gea was making horrendous mistake. Single-handedly gave the FA Cup to Man City, misbehaved in the Europa League. This thing comes with age. De Gea does not fit into his philosophy in terms of playing from the back. And I think what Ten Hag, the mistake, I'm an outsider really. The mistake Ten Hag made, he shouldn't have gone for Onana. Spend that amount of money on Onana. He should have worked on. A start came out last season. Manchester United were not scoring goals despite creating chances. I felt he should have worked things out at that top, maybe at the top, maybe at the striking position. Get the player who can convert chances. Leave De Gea or look for a goalkeeper that would not what's the word? That would not Onana.
That's not a superstar like that.
Yes.
Don't worry, that will not cost an arm and a leg. Please continue, sir. I am loving your point.
Onana came with a lot of aesthetics, coming from where he was coming from, Inter Milan. There he had a bit of bust up with the fans, but over there, the culture of Inter Milan is not as that of Manchester United. Like I mentioned in the last episode, Manchester United is a very big club, massive club worldwide.
Thank you.
Yeah. The fan base alone determines a lot of things. I'm just saying, looking from the outside, Onana's decision, I don't know if it was the one that went for Onana or it was the club. Some say it was the club, some say it was Ten Hag, but we don't know. I think buying Onana wasn't really the meat of the matter. There were issues that needed to be sorted out, the striking position, and also other areas in the midfield. If you are sorted out, look for I think that's what I was looking for, a non-flashy goalkeeper. And Onana too coming into Manchester United, not helping himself.
I would love. Okay.
Tomorrow is key. Tomorrow is key because anything short of a victory might stir up a lot of things. And I pity Eric Ten Hag being in this position at the moment. Let me allow you.
Okay, can I? Okay, let me just address. The first thing you said, the first thing about that you said Manchester United didn't treat David De Gea very well. I think this is a common. I don't know, is it perception that he was? And I'm sorry, but I don't actually think that is the case, because I want to ask, how else could they have handled it? Because wait, this is a guy who was already reaching the end of his contract, right? This is a guy who has already spent 11 years. And the truth is, once you spend 10 years in Manchester United, you are entitled to a testimonial. That testimonial is going to come later on in future. It doesn't have to be now. Any player who spends 10 years in United is entitled to a testimonial. So David De Gea is going to get his testimonial at some point, right? Now, the issue with De Gea is that, number one, this is someone who has been at this club for so long, 11 years. And where De Gea is, I don't think there is any improvement that De Gea can make. Again, because let's not forget that he has actually been declining from as far back as, was it 2018? Because let's not forget that even this same De Gea was not even, you don't understand, like in the Spanish national team, I think it was Unai Simon, Kepa Arrizabalaga, then David Raya. So I think like even De Gea wasn't even fourth choice, fifth choice. There were other keepers who were ahead of him. So I think it was clear that there was nothing that, like, De Gea was not necessarily improving the team. Yes, he was making the saves to save them from Man United's butt every time. But the truth is, if you want to improve the team, if you want to grow progressive, Manchester United haven't been progressed yet. But you have to make some of those moves. And I feel those are some of those tough decisions that have to be made. Because don't forget that De Gea was also one of the highest earners in the club. And I'm not sure he was going to probably want to go for a lower pay cut or something. So I think De Gea, it had already actually reached the point where De Gea has achieved everything he wants to do. I mean, the goalkeeper accolades, he had everything. Right, so I feel this was actually the right opportunity. I think the only reason is that there wasn't much fanfare. around it. And
Exactly,
I think
but
that's what,
listening to what
yeah, there
Margaret
won't be
said,
fanfare. But
listen
then,
to what
you know why there won't be fanfare? You know why there won't be fanfare? Because if you look at De Gea's time, De Gea's period, Manchester United were not really that successful. So what fanfare do you really want to? Because De Gea's period was nothing
I hear
close
you.
to,
I
you
hear you.
understand?
Listen,
Aha.
listen to what
All
Margaret
Now,
right.
said.
Ononana.
Because of our time.
Oh, okay.
Because of
All
our
right.
time. Because of our time.
All right.
Let quickly.
Okay,
I
no
want
problem.
us to. I will we'll easily come back to it before we wrap up the show. But let me
No
quickly.
problem.
Let's quickly talk about this game that is very important tomorrow. For is it Asa that is very important for or sports? It's still the same main man himself. He is. You are still going to tell us what should we be expecting on this game? Arsenal versus Sports. You know this. Let me show you the league tables. It is maybe it's going to help you very well. That I think Sports they are not to push away at this moment. They are different, considering the fact that they are. You see them on top now. You see them now.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, all right. So going to this game, what should be Arsenal? Is it 3 points?
Well, it's a London derby, and like they say, the cliche: when is a derby, form goes out of the window. Arsenal have been fantastic this season. They've not lost any game. They've racked up 4 wins and 1 draw. Yeah. Same as Arsenal too. I think we've racked up 4 wins and a draw. Yeah. And I think there's a La Liga table. Yeah. I think we're on the same. I don't know. They've racked up 4 wins and a draw. That's 13 points. We're on the same 13 points, but they've scored more goals than us. Scored 13 goals, conceded 5. We've scored 9, conceded 4. And looking at last season also, precursor to this game, Tottenham too were on a scintillating form. They were unbeaten as well, and they came to the Emirates and they got slapped 3-1. Son saying this is not the right time that Arsenal should be playing Spurs. And I guess when he saw the performance Arsenal had on Wednesday in this PSG, I'm sure he'll be having a rethink now, saying maybe I shouldn't have said that. Or who knows, what he said could have probably, spurred Arsenal, and they would want to put in a show. I mentioned last week that the game against Everton, Arsenal could tip off from there, and a win from there could be that game, could be that leveler that would take Arsenal, or that opens Arsenal's good season. Arsenal have been in the, we wouldn't say, for those that drive manual cars, I wouldn't say on first gear or gear 2. We were on gear 3. We're not on the final gear 5. We started the season slowly, based on different things Arteta is trying out in terms of tactics, formation. The other day he said he had like 36 different tactics in one game, which is not my problem. But we've been trying different things out. And one good thing about this season is, you, the opponents, coming to play Arsenal, you really might not know who is starting. And I know the goalkeeper conundrum. A lot of people have been trying to blow it out of proportion. Who is going to start? Is Ramsdale being treated fairly? Is Ramsdale not treated fairly? And whenever he goes to the 3 Lions, Pickford starts ahead of Ramsdale. Nobody brings that. Nobody in the media brings that up. That is Ramsdale treated poorly because Pickford starts ahead of him in the English team. But it's Arsenal. They will always want to bring issues up. But Arteta has said it. Nobody has a rightful place in any position. And I would like to, if I see Arteta face to face, I'll tell him, "Are you sure Saka does not own a rightful place?" Because he plays all the time. So I think that your rule does not apply to Saka. But that's just on a lighter note. I'm sure Tottenham right now, the manager will be, itching his head. Who is Arsenal going to start? Who is going to do this? But we know the regular back 4. We know who's going to start. And even in the midfield, it gives Tottenham a problem. Is he going to start with Vieira? Is he going to start with Havertz? Or is he going to start with Rice, Jorginho? So that is the debacle. That is the problem Arteta wants to give his opponent. Despite that, I want Arsenal to go in there. Whatever Son has said, I'm sure, maybe if we watch the All or Nothing series for this season, maybe Arteta will show the players and say, listen to what Son is saying, that this is not the right time for Arsenal to play Tottenham. The Arsenal will get beat. Maybe that will spur them on. But I feel Arsenal at home, with the Emirates, with the fans in the Emirates, I feel Arsenal have all it takes to get the 3 points. And the good thing is, Tottenham wouldn't come there to play low blocks because from the beginning of the season, Arsenal have played different teams that have played low blocks against us. Even against Manchester United at the Emirates, Manchester United formed low blocks. And I think that was what gave us expression in that Champions League. PSV came out, expressed, thinking they could hurt us, and it just opened everything up for us. And I'm pleading, I will be disappointed if I see, despite with how Tottenham and their fans and even some of their players have been so proud about playing Arsenal at this time, I'll be so disappointed them coming to the Emirates and playing low blocks. I want them to come out, play us attacking, and let's see. Like I said, everybody knows Deontay Wilder is a boxer. Whenever he hits you, El Sparkle, you are out. And I just want Arsenal to hit Tottenham and hit them badly.
My goodness.
Everything. My goodness. Let's get the 3 points.
Yeah. All right. There's nobody that I'm going to call that will say this game about not the person I'm going to call on Robbie to talk to me about Brighton going into this game after beating Manchester United mercilessly. They are facing Bournemouth. Is it a 3 point for Brighton? What do you think, Robbie? Robbie's out of it. I lost Robbie there. All right, moving on. I'm going to call on Kunle. Yes. Kunle.
Yes, boss.
In the game, Brighton versus Bournemouth. 3 point for Brighton. I think so.
Well, on paper, you would want to say yes, but this is now Brighton have now entered the phase where they need to start rotating their squad, right? Because they use certain players in the Europa League on Thursday, so I'm sure maybe they would probably want to rest them and give some fresh faces another start, another chance. So I think on paper, yes, Brighton should be winning, but with Europe now in the mix for them, I don't think we might be seeing Brighton getting the results like they used to get. And I think Bournemouth are no pushovers.
Yeah.
I know Brighton is of higher standard than Bournemouth, but Bournemouth on their day can.
So you see 3 points for Brighton?
No. I would rather say maybe a draw. But I would say a score draw, maybe 1-1.
I smell beef.
No, I'm being honest. No, come on, I'm being honest.
Manchester United fans don't want Brighton to win.
Do you know one thing?
No, I'm being honest.
Okay, let me tell you something.
No,
in fact, I
I
wanted to overlook that particular guy. I didn't want to talk about it. I said,
I've forgotten. No, I'm being honest. I've forgotten about that game. I've forgotten. No, see,
he paid me. Kule paid me. I can.
Come on, no. I was.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Chelsea. I have the best person to talk about Chelsea this moment. I'm not talking about anybody than Prof himself. Prof, you are live. Going into this game, you are playing Aston Villa, who are already flying. They are going to show you Pepe. Am I right? Going into this game.
Good evening, everybody. I'm actually on transit, so I'll quickly like to touch on 3 things. First, on Onana and De Gea. Very quickly, I think Manchester United fans and the other fans, football fans, should give Onana time. I think if my memory serves me right, when De Gea came in to Manchester United, he didn't have great performances. He was looking very small, wouldn't come out for crosses, conceding goals left, right, and center. And then we all know, how that ended. He became one of the greatest goalkeepers in Man United's history. So I think they should give Onana time. I think he fits the profile. He's a huge goalkeeper with a great mentality. We saw the way he played against Man City in the final, Champions League final. So I think they should just give him time. He fits the profile of the kind of goalkeeper that every Ten Hag needs. He just needs time, like I said. And concerning the game against Spurs with Arsenal, I think it's going to be a very difficult one. Like Son said, it's a very dangerous time to play Spurs. They're a very scintillating team. And they're going to the Emirates. They have nothing to lose. Really, they will just go out and play their game. So it's a very, very difficult time to play them. I think it's going to be much more difficult than people think it will be for Arsenal. Concerning the game against Aston Villa, I mean, what can I say? Chelsea are in very, very bad form. They can't score goals. They can't buy a win. Aston Villa, we know what they're doing. They're scoring goals left, right, and center. Unai Emery has really, really, really changed that Villa side. They are really, really strong. They're a strong group. play fantastic football. They score all types of goals. The team news for Chelsea is Kranich Chukwuemeka and Reece James. They are very close to coming back, which is good news. But they can't make the game on Sunday. But the likes of Amandro Boha, Badia Shile, and Madweke can be considered for the game. I think they're back in training and my future. But it's at Stamford Bridge. I'm still not confident that Chelsea can get the win, because if you look at Villa's side, they have Oli Watkins, they have Bailey, they have these players who, Diaby as well, who can shoot from anywhere. McGinn, they can get goals from everywhere. Chelsea is struggling to get goals, so it's one that I'm not confident about at all. But we have to wait to see what's going to happen in that game.
All right, moving on. Thank you so much.
I think Chelsea have advantage on that game. They rested. They didn't play any game during the midweek.
Oh, that's
so
true.
I think they have advantage.
At least they don't have any game.
Madrid, they have the rest advantage, right? But the quality and form advantage, I don't think they have it. Look, as much as everybody can say they have the rest advantage, sometimes playing a game during the week helps, because if you lost the game weekend, you have an opportunity again to go into another game in the midweek and get your momentum back, win a game, get some confidence into your next weekend game. So you can look at it both ways. You know what I mean? So look at Villa. I think they won their Europa League game. I'm not sure, but I think they did win it. So they'll be full of confidence.
They lost.
They did lose. Oh, they lost it. Oh, well.
Yeah,
so,
they lost away.
They lost away. Okay. I didn't follow the game. So yeah.
That is why Chelsea had an advantage. Aston Villa traveled.
Hopefully the advantage.
Yes, it's not like they played at home.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to this game. There's no better person.
Sorry, John, I just want to ask Prof a question, because it touched on the Spurs, Arsenal Spurs, and he said this is not a good time to play Spurs. So using this logic of yours that you just mentioned, Aston Villa played in the midweek. Arsenal played in the midweek as well. Tottenham didn't, and you could see Arsenal's performance against PSV. I'm sure any Spurs player looking at that performance would have to scratch their head and say, is this the Arsenal we want to play? So you said possibly Spurs could, who knows, get something. If we're to go deeper into your analysis, how do you think Spurs could win that game or beat this Arsenal if they had to put both teams side by side?
Going by the Premier League form this season, look, like I said, the table doesn't lie. You people are both at par. I know they are ahead on goal difference, but we can see that they are both at par. They have the same points. And I mean, it would be naive of me to think two teams who are in great form in the season, anybody can beat anybody. There's nothing to suggest that Spurs can't go there and cause an upset. And there's also nothing to suggest that Arsenal can win the game. So it's even. For me, it's an even game. The home advantage lies with Arsenal, no doubt about it. The crowd will be, the North London derby. The crowd will be behind Arsenal solely. So the home advantage lies with Arsenal. But for me, if I say quality advantage on the pitch, the football I've seen this season, I'm sorry, I've not seen anything different. I've not seen more quality from Arsenal. Bissouma is on fire. Romero is doing well. The Destiny Dogi, the Spurs left back, is on fire. So I'm saying quality for quality. I do not see much difference. But the home advantage is going to be behind Arsenal.
It's going to be,
obviously that can help Arsenal to win.
So you feel with all these players you've mentioned, you feel Tottenham has something they could go in there.
Because of my time. I feel they have a chance. All right, let's move on to Liverpool versus West Ham. There's only but one person I'm going to call upon, and that is Lady Val. Lady Val, what's happening at Liverpool's dressing room? Are you confident going to this game, considering the fact West Ham also, they are not a bad team? Lady Val, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, going forward, this game, Liverpool versus West Ham, how are you feeling? Do you think it's 3 points for Liverpool?
Okay, so that game is going to be very tough and dicey, because even though West Ham lost to Man City the last game, the same West Ham has hammered Chelsea, although maybe Chelsea and Man United are actually on the same page. But then Brighton, that was much of a surprise. This same West Ham hammered Brighton. And if you look at that game, even though Brighton did much of the possession thing, they allowed Brighton to do more of the possession. Then they exploited on the mistakes and hit them on the counter. So West Ham is actually a team Liverpool don't want to take chances against. They're on fire. You have players like Ward-Prowse, Bowen, Antonio that can hit you on the counter and make good use of any mistake you make. Liverpool, on the other hand, they've not been too bad, but they've not been too fearsome as well. 4 games so far this season, they've staged the comeback. They were losing, and then Klopp makes a spot-on changes, and everything changes, and they are back into the game. The game against Wolves, most of those games, the game against Wolves, the game against Newcastle, those games, the first half was just awful, especially the game against Wolves. So many sloppy passes. The performance was just so lackluster. So those teams, if those teams actually make use or converted most of the chances they had, Liverpool will actually be so many goals down that they can't even recover, even if they come back. So West Ham actually a team Liverpool want to take chances against? I don't think so. So, but it's a good thing that Van Dijk is back. Konate as well is back. Arnold, I don't think he will play that game. But even at that, I just hope Klopp is at Anfield, so definitely we have the crowd advantage and everything. I just hope Klopp he starts with a lineup that he doesn't really need to make changes much later, like maybe Diaz coming in. Nunes, he actually misses so many chances. I pray we see a good McAllister, not the McAllister we saw against Wolves. It was actually so awful. In fact, in less than 30 minutes, most people were praying for him to just be sucked off from that game. Yes. So that game is going to be dicey. If Liverpool plays like they've been doing in recent games, and West Ham makes exploits those chances, is going to be a very, very bad one for Liverpool. Maybe a draw. They might even lose that game. But if they start off very well, it's an Anfield, so I expect them to, from kickoff, they just hit the ball running and not making and not trying to be sloppy and all that. Then perhaps they might actually win. So that game, I can't really say confidently 100% is going to be a win. Maybe I'm looking at a draw, or anything can actually happen. But hopefully, I'll just give them a win for now. Yep.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for that. I'm going to call Nubian Prince. Talk to me about this game, the last game. It's going to be Newcastle Sheffield United. Do you see Newcastle nicking this 3 points? Nubian Prince, can you hear me, Nubian Prince? I lost Nubian Prince there.
Let me just quickly touch on I'll touch on the Sheffield United. Newcastle
All right, please
United.
Go ahead. All right, please go ahead.
I just want to touch on the Liverpool West Ham. Liverpool barred the game against Aston Villa that they played at home. It's been one half good and one half bad. And as Lady Val mentioned, if Liverpool are not careful, if they don't start well, West Ham is a good side. Though they played the Europa League yesterday, so haven't played, even Liverpool as well played Europa League. And so nobody would have the advantage of one team resting or one team not being active. The issue I see with Liverpool, and I know I've had this conversation with Liverpool fans, which you don't want to agree. The combination of McAllister and Szoboszlai in that midfield will become Klopp's undoing very, very soon. Unless he fixes that. I know right now they will be happy that, yes, they wanted Caicedo, but they couldn't get Caicedo. But Caicedo right now is not doing well in Chelsea, so possibly Klopp will be hitting his head and saying, yes, I did well for not signing Caicedo. But that combination will be Klopp's undoing if he doesn't look for a way to get that thing resolved ASAP. Sheffield United, Newcastle. Sheffield United, I don't say, have they won any game this season? Have they won any game? Can you share the table? I don't think they've won any game.
No, they haven't.
So they've not won any game.
I think they just won.
They drew one. And Newcastle right now, someone talked about Newcastle on the WhatsApp group that mentioned WhatsApp that Newcastle, I can't really remember, but for Newcastle, they've hit their ceiling. And Eddie Howe, we know this is Eddie Howe's issue. It comes into a team, does well. We've seen this reminiscent of when he was in Bournemouth, steadies the ship, but when it's for him to take the team to the next level, I don't know if it's a mental block thing. I don't know. He just struggles, and that is where Newcastle are right now. him taking Newcastle to the next level. They've lost 3 this season already.
Yeah.
Even the game against Brentford, that penalty was a dodgy penalty. Possibly or probably that game would have ended in a draw. But right now, Newcastle 6s and 7s with Eddie Howe, I'm sure the owners will be scratching their head and thinking, should we bring in someone else who can take us to the next level? But Newcastle, if they want to win that game, because Sheffield United will give a fight because they know this is an opportunity for them to, get a win, their first win. Or if they don't win, they will ensure they go out for a draw. So it's going to be a very, very tight game. And it's a game we need to look out for. And we want to see the mentality of Newcastle because in the Champions League, they drew against AC Milan, a good performance, but we want to see their mentality. This is on paper, supposed to be an easy game. But I know Sheffield United will give a fight. And it's a game to look out for.
All right, thank you so much. This is how far we can go tonight. I want to thank Lady Var first. Lady Var, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, you're welcome. 3 points in Adi to Liverpool.
Don't calm down. Calm down.
Oh. All right. Thank you so much, Margaret. I hope we are going to win tomorrow night. Why did they put that game?
We are winning. Thank you, John, for having me.
That game was supposed to be a lunchtime kickoff. It was supposed to be a lunchtime kickoff. So I guess they just had to reschedule for 8 o'clock UK time.
All right, thank you on this one. It is one love, bro. 3 points to Arsenal. Am I right?
Yes, because I don't understand what really. Let me just so that it doesn't look as if I'm tackling. But if you look at it face value, even last season, Tottenham were in a better position last season as compared to where they are this season. Tottenham were playing good under Conte. You can check the stats. And the same confidence was what they were bringing into the Emirates. They're coming to the Emirates. And they're going to kill Arsenal. And they were wiped. So, for me, I'm confident because I know Arsenal. And I know Ange Postecoglou is not a guy that will want to bend his tactics for anything. He wants to come out attacking. And that is what I want. Because we really suffered this season. Playing against Nottingham Forest, Fulham, playing against Everton, playing against Manchester United, playing against Everton. These guys are from low blocks for us. And that's why you think Arsenal is not doing well. Or Arsenal is not as sharp as they were last season. But this time it's going to be an open game. So like I said, El Spaco, Arsenal is going to knock Tottenham out.
All right. That's good. All right, it is. On to the next one. See you on Sunday. All right. Nukunle, thank you for showing up on this one, Kunle.
Thanks a lot, boss. I'm hopefully United get the 3 points.
I tell you, I can't wait, man. All right, Nubia Prince, thank you so much on this one. I think I lost you there. What's going on, bro?
Thanks to John. I appreciate it.
All right, 3 points, I guess.
Yes,
on that side.
3 points.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. This is how far I can go tonight. See you on to the next one where we meet on Monday. It's going to be a loud one. All right. Same time on Monday. All right. Bye for now.